Hi, Juan Stars and fellow YouTubians. Thank you for joining me tonight. As you can see, I have the lovely, beautiful Michelle Bateman with me. How are you, Michelle? I haven't seen you in forever.
I know, it's been so long. I am good.
That's wonderful.
How are
So
you?
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
doing really well, actually. Thanks for asking. um, I'm in a motel room in Prince George right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so not at home, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Trying to get us some better lighting here. I was just trying to get all that set up. I am Michelle Bateman, and I'm a transformational soul coach and speaker, and I help women find more confidence to show up for themselves, their lives, their business, and really just create a life that they love.
That's awesome.
It has been pretty amazing, and I love seeing like the transformations and the breakthroughs and the healings that all the women go through. It's been pretty awesome.
Is there anything you can share without really sharing too much, like a story that really resonates with you or something that really hit home for you?
About a client or myself?
Either or, without
Um,
really saying too much.
okay, first I'll share a little bit about my journey. I left a very unhappy marriage thinking I'd never be happy again. And I went searching to figure out, what does it mean to be happy? How do I do that? Why can some people be happy? I had a friend who was dying of ALS, and he was happier dying than I was living my life. And I was like, oh crap. If he can figure that out, I should be able to figure it out. So that started my personal journey to transform my life. And I realized that in doing that, I changed everything. So I went from being a stay-at-home mom, not having a job, didn't know how I'd provide for my kids, to getting the job of my dreams. And then we rented a home that was amazing. A year later, I bought my own home. Then I found healthy love, and just my whole life transformed when I was able to do my own inner work. Sorry, my daughter's here trying to bother me. Go, I'm live.
You a cheers.
I'm
for
live.
Good job.
I'm live.
Love you.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Hope the good work.
Wow, that was really hard to concentrate while somebody's distracting me.
I love you.
It's the reality of working from home.
Yes, it is. Fortunately, not fortunately, I wish my kids lived at home, but my kids aren't there to bug me. However, Brian is, and there'll be times I'm doing lives and he's standing behind my monitor making faces at me where I have to concentrate. I'm like, come on.
I know. I'm just like, I can't even think of my own story as you're standing here distracting me. So if I sounded distracted, that was why, because I was just like, could you please just go away? Because I can't even think.
Such is life. And that's what makes it so enjoyable. I mean,
it's all an experience, right? It's
it
all
is.
how you perceive it. The other story I wanted to share was a client that had come through my last event. And when I first met her, she didn't, she says, I'll bug you, your daughter. Gotta love.
Yes, she will.
So when I first met her and we talked about, coming to this event, she's like, I don't talk about feelings and emotions. And like, no, it was so foreign and scary to her. And so after working with her a couple times, she finally agreed to come. And she knew that for her own physical health, that her mental and emotional health was affecting her body. So she agreed to come, and she's like, I don't like this. I don't like you. I don't want to do this. And I said, you are going to love me by the end of this. And she's like, I'm not sure. She had the biggest breakthroughs, the most transformations. She looked like a different person when she left. She stood taller, her skin softened, her complexion cleared. Like, it was such a huge transformation. And she even just sent me a message yesterday. And she's like, again, I just want to say thank you so much for, not giving up on me and helping me work through the things that were holding me back. So that was pretty cool.
That's phenomenal. And those are the biggest breakthroughs. The ones that come in thinking I'm wasting my time. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't help me. I don't like you. I'm only here because something tells me I should be, but I don't want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
And
been
just
that person.
and I love those clients the best because, and I had another client and she's a massage therapist and I got a massage with her the other day. And she's like, remember when I said I wasn't going to like you? And I said, yeah. And I said, you're going to love me and I'm going to be on your Christmas card list. And she actually makes Christmas ornaments for me and my clients every year. So the irony of that. And she's just like, I love you now. And she's back working with me again. But at the beginning, some people just, exploring the inner emotions are something that has never been talked about in their family or in their circle of people. So that just seems so foreign to them.
Absolutely. I just want to take a moment to say hi to some of our
who do we got on here? Because
we have Travis, Katrina, Callista, and Ashley. Hi guys, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Hi, honey.
We have 8 people. However, I can't see who they are unless they say hi. I think Facebook might think I'm a stalker. It's probably good that they don't show me because I might stalk some people.
Well, it's funny because I saw your daughter's comment, but I didn't see any of the others. So, technology is an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we have 8 or 9 people here, but I'm not seeing them all. And Brian's waving from the bed saying he's here, but he hasn't commented. So I'll say hi, Brian. So how are you? I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. It's been way too long and I'm so over all of this. And, I'm just going to bust out and do our own thing now.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. Like, I don't care that we've had a beautiful winter. I think in Edmonton it's cold right now, isn't it?
Yeah. And where did you say you were? I was so distracted.
Prince George.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It got cold here the last couple days, but it's been warm. Like I looked at the weather the other day and it said -28. And I was like, what is that number? Like we haven't seen that number all winter. I'm like,
I know we've had a beautiful winter. And my point with that is I'm ready to have people over for a barbecue and like listening to music and talking and hanging out and just doing what we do.
I know. I said to Travis the other day, I'm like, can we find something fun to do? Because I'm losing my mind. He's like, what? Other than go for a walk? I'm like, yeah. And that's when I checked the weather. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. Not happening.
I know Travis posted, I don't know how long ago. It could have been 2 minutes ago. It could have been 2 years ago. Something about going to Mexico. And I was like, yeah, let's all go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's just never mind. I would be happy to just, maybe go to Red Deer. Like, I don't even care. Like just somewhere.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say you probably don't want to go to Prince George.
No, I'm not a winter girl. Jamaican blood in me is like not cold. Not
it's not that it's cold here. It just doesn't. I don't want to be here.
Oh.
I'd rather be at home.
Oh.
It's not it doesn't feel very inviting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Devin's here. Hi, Dev. Both of my kids are here, and my sister.
It's like a family affair. Nice.
Yeah, they can't bug me in person, so they're just going to show up here.
There you go.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so grateful to have them here.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see my shirt. I tried to be down low enough. It's in a world full of Grinches, be a Cindy Lou Who. And Brian pointed out, he was like, that's Christmassy. And I'm like, no, it isn't. It's just saying if you're grouchy, don't be like me.
Yeah. You could totally pull off Cindy Lou Who.
I could. And when my hair was short, I could do like little Betty Boop things.
Yeah.
And
that would be a great Halloween costume for you.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Brian, can we snowmobile here right now?
Awesome snowmobiling.
Awesome snowmobiling. Yes.
That was Travis. Let me guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. His favorite.
They'll be here tomorrow.
And we're leaving.
we are alike in a lot of ways, except for that one thing that he loves snow and I don't really love snow. So I'm like, I'll go if it's like -4 and under, and then you're on your own.
Well, it's 0 here today.
Oh, it's 0 here today.
I
It's
can
gorgeous.
tolerate
The weather's
0.
beautiful.
There
It's-
you go.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
the
Well,
weather
maybe
is
we'll have to plan that one day.
Well, I think we're here until Friday and then coming home. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah. And I'm not sure if Brian has to come back for work at all. So I don't know. I just joined him this week so he wouldn't be up here alone. I thought I'd come for the ride.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah.
Little gap.
Yeah. Anything is better than nothing right now. So,
I would agree 1000%.
So, trying to think. Have you ever remembered something you didn't know you forgot?
It's funny you said that to me last night, and my brain was like, I don't know what that means. I'm too tired to contemplate that right now. I need to like re-hear that in the morning. And then I read it again and I was like, oh, that totally makes sense to me. But when I read it last night, I was so tired. I'm like, I don't even know. Remembering something that I didn't realize I forgot. Yes. So as a coach, I, give people mindset tools and all of the thing, but I can forget it myself sometimes. And so I was at a Tony Robbins event and I was going through something really challenging and I was kind of stuck on why did that happen? I don't understand. Why would they do that? And he stops and he says, the quality of your life depends on the quality of your questions. So stop asking yourself such crappy questions. And I know that, and I've told other clients that, but in the moment I was like, I am asking myself crappy questions that none of the answers will leave me feeling good. So those questions were super unempowering to be asking myself. And I knew that, but I was doing it. And then he reminded me, I was like, oh yeah, I know that. I know better.
Well, I have to appreciate what you just said and thank you for sharing that because I have for the last 2 days or so been beating myself up, hitting a wall, asking myself, like, what is my purpose? What am I doing? Like, I'm wasting so much time. I'm not accomplishing anything, blah, blah, blah. And yeah,
there's never a good answer to that question.
No. And
Nope.
It's like you want to pull your hair out and scream at the universe, like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
But
so that's a more empowering question is, what am I supposed to be doing right now that will create more fulfillment and even more of an impact?
Yeah.
Totally different mindset and direction and path when you ask a different question.
Absolutely, because asking it that way isn't stressful and agonizing and you're not banging into that wall feeling like you're not really accomplishing anything. It's what can I add to make this better?
And we actually did some training around that and really understanding the power of languaging. And so there's some keywords to always add into your sentences. So whatever you're looking for to say, I want even more. So I want even more time or even more clients, because when you don't put that in there, it signifies lack. If I want more time, it's signifying that you don't have time. If I want more clients, it's signifying that I don't have clients. So when you say even more, you're in the place of abundance already, and you're just calling even more. But when you come from the place of lack and nothing and I don't have, you're not in the same energetic space. So that was really powerful.
And it's either you're coming from a place of being mindful or is it mindless, mindfulness, mindfulless? I can't remember what is the opposite of mindful?
I don't know.
It's not lack, it's
I don't know the word for that.
I do.
Knows, you guys can comment and help us out.
I do know the word. You're coming from a place of mindfulness or a place of, is it mindlessness? Maybe. Yes, mindlessness.
Okay.
Mindlessness. And I think that's my issue right now. I'm coming from a place of mindlessness instead of mindfulness.
And it's also a disempowered state.
It is.
An empowered state, right? When you ask questions that are hopeless, right? There's nowhere to go from that. But when you ask yourself an empowered question of what can I do right now to be open to the infinite possibilities the universe has for me. So then that signals your brain, I need to be open to infinite possibilities. And the key other word is right now.
Yes.
Or I want to have it in this time or less. Because sometimes we put time constraints on the universe, and the universe was like, I was going to give it to you today, but you said in the next 2 months, so now you got to wait.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, something I encourage people to do all the time is write a letter to the universe, state exactly what you want, like right down to the letter in the time frame you want, and sleep on it.
Yeah, and add or less, so the universe can come quicker, or
and
bring more, this or more, and this time less. Yeah,
and sleep on it, and the universe will deliver. The universe always delivers. Yes, Travis, another one is scarcity mindset. Absolutely.
How come you can see the comments now and I can't? That's really strange.
That is strange. You can't see anything over there?
Nope. And I saw your daughter commented, and now I can't see anything. So I feel in the dark. You'll have to read them out to me, because I feel.
I will. We don't really have any more than that. Travis did at one point say, hi, babe.
Oh, hi, honey.
And then just about the snowmobiling, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we put it out that if anybody has questions?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's always out there. If anyone has questions, please drop them in the comments, and we will answer them the best we can.
Yeah, that's always fun to see what
it is. The more interactive, the better.
Burning in their minds.
Yeah. So while we have a moment, I want to thank Melissa from Hayward Eclectic for the absolutely delicious tea. I have mint tea with me tonight, and I will drop her link in the comments for anyone that wants organic herbal teas. They're amazing.
Oh, yummy. That sounds good.
Yeah, she provides me with all my tea. I love it. So what else? What would you like to share? What one thing would you like to share? If people take anything away from this, what would you like that to be?
I would say that your inner work, your journey of growth and healing needs to be number one in your life. Because without it, you are only good in your outward life as you are as in your inward life, right? So within is without. So when there's chaos and unforgiveness and resentment and perfectionism and people pleasing all going on inside of you, your outward world will reflect that. And so often we think, you know, it's this person or it's this circumstance or it's my job. But what I realized was the common denominator was me. Little painful to, you know, acknowledge that. But at the end of the day, the great news is I'm the only one that I can change. I can't control anything outside of me, but I can sure as heck control what goes on within me. And that healing has been the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. And I would never live without it.
I have to agree with you, because the journey isn't always beautiful, but the outcome sure is. And I mean, once we realize that we are the common denominator and stop saying, well, but you know, it's this person's fault and it's that person's fault, and I wouldn't have done it had they not. Look within, heal within. Absolutely. And again, yeah, the journey's got a lot of ups and downs and a lot of tears and darkness and screaming, but what an amazing, amazing outcome.
Might not always be pretty, but it will totally be it.
And we have some comments. Travis said, oh my God, on my mind, connection and lack of. Be present more now than ever. And pause. Ryan agreed with you. And Brian said, more now than ever. And Travis said, not to ignore. People are distracted by all of the bullshit going on. And then Ryan said, don't forget to enjoy the journey, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with all of that.
And that's why I didn't call my business Soul Destination. It's Soul Journey. It's the journey, and it's an ongoing life journey that you take.
Yeah.
I remember, once I started doing the work and I got the job and I got the house and I got the relationship, I'm like, I've got life figured out now. Everything is like going my way. And then there was ups and downs after that. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I thought I arrived and I was done, but you're never done.
No, no, you're not. Because I mean, even where I was for these last few days, everything is wonderful in my life. Yet you get to that point where you question, and you shouldn't. You should just allow the universe to deliver in divine timing, as always. But you question, and then you are where I am.
And that's just a
your head on
reminder.
the wall.
Come back to self, and just ask yourself the more empowering questions, right? What is in alignment with me? What do I value? What do I want? How do I want to show up and be of service to the world?
Absolutely. And another thing to remember is no matter how much we think we're on the track, it's still so easy to fall off.
Oh, yes. It is an ongoing daily practice that you never are perfect at it, and you never, always get it right. There are moments where something will come up and I'll be like, where did that come from? And I'll be crying, and Travis is like, what just happened? And I'm like, I don't even know yet.
I know. And it's
I know,
frustrating, but it doesn't have to be. If you just sit with it, let it serve its purpose, let it take its course, thank it, love it, release it.
Yeah. And he's so good. He's just like, babe, I love you. How can I support you right now? What do you need? And I'm like, I don't even know.
And that's the frustrating part, because it's like, I don't know, because I'm not lacking anything. I just don't know. And Lorraine Yacy Schlatter said, hi, goddesses.
Hello, beautiful. Yes, she's one of my clients and dear friends, and she is amazing, and she's a firecracker. She's a feisty one. She just awesome. Goes against the traffic and marches to the beat of her own drummer.
Well, thank you for joining us, Lorraine. That's awesome. That's my kind of lady.
Yes. Yep. She's awesome. Trailblazer. Somebody in our group said, oh, I've always been the black sheep of my family. And I'm like, hey, let's reframe that to you're the trailblazer in your family. You're the one that went outside of the box and outside of the norm and said, I'm going to do things my way. I'm not going to, just follow blindly like, the rest of the world, but I'm going to do it my way.
Awesome. That's so true. That is the way to look at it. And Brian and I talk about this often. It's a matter of flipping the switch. Changing the statement. That's all it ever really boils down to, is changing the statement, your way of thinking, your way of speaking.
What's the story? What's your belief around it? What is, and asking yourself, is this an empowering thing to believe? Do I feel good when I believe this, or do I feel shitty? Because if I feel shitty, you need to find a different perspective. And often if you just move your perspective and see it from a different space, it changes everything. And I have those kind of breakthroughs with my clients all the time.
Absolutely. And Travis said, you always just need love and hugs.
Yes, he knows. And sometimes coffee. And then we're good. We have a little vision board, and he wrote on it, he's like, Michelle loves hugs and cuddles and coffee.
Ah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really good to have just that awareness and being on the same page together and having those in-depth conversations in a relationship, to know yourself, first of all, and then to be able to communicate that to your partner. Here's what I need, here's what I want, here's what I value. And he can understand that. And then I can ask him the same thing, so that we're on the same page. Because often we respond in the way that we want to be responded to, but that doesn't always connect with our partner.
Absolutely. There's so much juicy information in this. Thank you for joining us. I'm so grateful to have you here.
And Travis and I talk a lot about that together as a couple as well. We do workshops and work with couples to help them understand how to create an intentional, fulfilling, loving, intimate relationship. Because it doesn't happen just by waking up in the morning. Like, you have to be intentional, and you have to have the conversations, and you have to put the time and the energy in to create that. So we have a lot of conversations to help couples understand what it takes to create that together.
That's beautiful. I appreciate that. And I think a lot of people out there do, because I think people are veering away from the psychologist and the psychological, I want to say, nitpicking and the blame or the medicating. And we're finally coming to a place where the soul comes to the forefront and puts the heart and mind in check and in perspective, where people can actually communicate from the soul. And I love that. I love being able to do that. I love like-mindedness.
Yeah, it's so key. And I just did my 3-day event on the weekend with a bunch of ladies. And I hear this every time I coach and I do events, that often or multiple people have been in counseling and they're like, I haven't got this far in years worth of counseling that I did in a weekend or that I did in one session. It's just such a different approach that they get results quickly, and they see the movement, and they have the big ahas, and so much changes for them. So we're really honored to be able to facilitate those kind of transformations in people's lives.
Absolutely. And we're starting to be recognized for this, which is another huge step, because I know even 3-4 years ago, we weren't.
Nope.
So
nope. I still have that struggle. My mom's like, who do you think you are? You're not a psychologist. You didn't go to school. How do you help people? I don't know, Mom. I had a really shitty life, and now I have a really amazing life. So I think I have some wisdom to share as to how I did that. I didn't read a textbook that said do A, B, and C to get D. I actually went through, I felt the emotions, I can relate. Here's what I did that moved the needle and created amazing results in my life. I would rather learn from that person than, the person that read it in a book. Do you want to go take flying lessons from the dude that learned how to fly the plane in a book? Or do you want to ask the guy that's going to actually know how to fly the plane to take you up in the plane to teach you how to fly the plane?
yeah. And my response whenever anyone asks me, I say, I trained with the universe.
I have life training. Life trained me.
Yeah, well, the universe is my life, so I think it boils down to the same thing.
Absolutely. And for the people that don't get that term, they're like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't get it. Who are you talking about? So sometimes you just have to break it down a little bit more simple, like the School of Hard Knocks. Like we heard back in the day, right? And that was fine to learn from the School of Hard Knocks, but now apparently it's not enough.
And I mean, the beautiful, wonderful thing about the universe is if you don't learn the first time or the second time or the third time, it'll keep coming back until you do.
Oh, we talked about this today, Travis and I. I've had 4 clients that have broken their leg. And I'm like, that's the universe saying, sit your ass down and pay attention and stop what you're doing. And if you don't, I will take you out so that you have no choice. One lady's like, yeah, I got a fence to the head. Like, she actually was at a work site and a whole fence fell on her head. And she's like, got my attention.
So aside from that, what is the universe telling you? If you've had 4 people with broken legs showing up in your life, what are you to take away from that?
Well, I just believe it's that moment where you have the opportunity to stop and pause and decide, what am I going to do with this experience? Is this experience here to get my attention? And I know for me in my life, ignoring those things, and they kept coming back bigger and louder and harder. So now I know, like, when the universe whispers, I'm like, oh my God, I'm on it. Like, I got it.
I hear you.
Yeah, because I am not taking the 2x4 to the head anymore. I've done so many of those in the past that I pay attention to those whispers and those messages. And I'm aware all the time that if there's a pattern of something showing up, it's for me to pay attention to.
Yeah, I don't need to be knocked on my ass anymore.
Nope. Been there, done that. I'm like, I think I still have like marks that can show like how many times you get hit upside the head till you pay attention. So
Well,
you can run it.
Yeah, and it's really evident in your teachings and in anyone's teachings. I mean, the more you can teach, the more you can share, the more shit you've gone through.
Yep. Yep. And if we had nothing to go through and I came on here and I said, you know what, I've had this perfect life. Everything's always been easy for me. I've never struggled and I'm going to help you with your problems.
Yeah.
People would be like, no, thanks. I don't relate to you. I don't connect to you. Like there's nothing I feel like you can teach me. But when I share my story and all the struggles and even some of the things that still come up in life now, I'm relatable. I'm human. I've been through it, right? They get that.
Yes.
If I can do it, they can do it.
And if I had someone on that came out and said that I've lived the perfect life, I've had the perfect life, blah, 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 they're not coming from a place of authenticity. And I mean, we can see through that in a heartbeat. So,
and that's a good reminder too, when you're looking at someone's, perfect social media and you're like, oh, they have it all. They never struggle. We all do. We're all human at the end of the day, and we can pretend and we can paint this picture. But reality is we all struggle. We're human. It's going to happen.
That's part of the contract.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, me and my higher self are going to chat about some of these contracts because I think they're bullshit.
No kidding. It's like, okay, so why exactly did I sign on for this exact thing?
Yeah.
Why?
No, yeah, I'm with you.
Like, do you know something I don't know? What is it?
I'm like, we're going to chat when I get up there.
Yeah. Do you always have to be the center of attention? Do you always have to do this? Like,
yeah. And I remember hearing that, you know what, you don't have to like it, you just have to accept it. And I'm like, yep, you don't have to like it, but you do have to accept it because it is your reality. You can't change it. So
it's just like being upset that it's snowing. It's going to snow whether you're upset or not. So you may as well make the best of it, right? I mean,
that's why I just stay at home with my fuzzy socks and my fireplace and I don't go outside.
I love my fireplace and my fuzzy socks.
I know. And now they have like electric throw blankets. So you like throw a blanket on you and it's heated.
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I'd be able to breathe in it. I love the heat, but I don't like feeling confined. And if I had the heat like that, I don't know.
I have to just put it over my legs and my feet because my feet are always cold. So I'm just always cozy and I love it.
What comes after winter, says Travis.
Spring? Is that a trick question, honey? I don't know. What answer are you getting at?
Lots of things.
Lots of things. Yeah.
So in closing, I don't know. Do you want to answer Travis's question? Can you share with us what comes after winter?
Everything comes alive again. I don't know what he's getting at with that.
Margaritas is what Ryan said.
Yes. Well, you could have margaritas in the winter too if you wanted to. Like really.
I don't like margaritas. I like tequila, but not margaritas.
I'm not a big drinker because when I do, I just fall asleep and I'm not really any fun. So I don't really do that. But okay, babe,
so
what do you mean?
It wasn't a trick question. What comes after winter? Spring.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Like clockwork.
Yep, it's coming. It'll be there. But, I would like to live somewhere, we've talked about this, that has a smaller winter, like a baby winter.
Or something's hot, and I'll visit somewhere for 2 weeks for Christmas.
People are like, you'll miss it. Nope, I won't. I will be fine.
I love the big fluffy snowflakes the snowfall, like to watch them from my fireplace and see those big snowflakes falling down outside the window. I love that.
Like on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. And then we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's how we roll.
I agree. I like that. So Thank you for joining me and for joining us and being here today. That's wonderful. And I want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight. You could be anywhere and you chose to be here, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. It was awesome to be here. Can I share one quick thing I got coming up?
Absolutely.
I have an event coming up on February 13th called Galentine's. And so often Valentine's is about finding someone else to celebrate and love you. And so we're just going to celebrate and love ourselves as the beautiful women that we are without needing, someone else to celebrate us. So it's going to be self-love and empowering and just really celebrating who we are. So I can put the link in the comments. And if any woman wants to join us, that would be awesome. If you're a guy on here and you want to follow Travis Belanger with Men on Fire, he coaches men and I coach women. So we're here to support everybody to help grow and grow together. I believe the masculine and the feminine need to elevate together.
Yes, absolutely. Leave that and any other contact information in the comments so anyone can reach out to you if they resonate, yeah, absolutely. And thank you for reminding me to share that if you want to be a guest on Tea with Universe, please reach out. You can reach me at theweeklyone@gmail.com or at info@cynthia.services. I'm always looking for someone. Everyone has a story to share, and please join me.
Perfect. We should get Travis on there too. He can come and have tea with you, talk to the guys.
I was going to reach out to him, so I will. Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. Awesome. Thanks for joining me, Michelle.
Thank you. Tell Brian hi again, and
I will
see you guys soon when you come back.
Yes, take care.
Okay.
Namaste,
Bye, everybody.
everyone.
Bye.